awesome interview I am having with Mr. Gordon Bazar. And before, I didn't mention it, we jumped right over it, but you've worked with Tony Robbins,
yes.
You've worked with Jay Abrahams, you did infomercials, you international well-known speaker around strategic aggregation, personality traits, just a whole bit of it, business acquisition. I mean, like I said, I read your bio before, and I'm just like amazed at every point of interest that I'm interested in. You have some value to give on everything. So you lived a well-diverse life in business. I think you touched all areas.
Well, thank you.
And I appreciate you sitting here and giving value to our audience today, the Comfort Killers on Grant Cardone TV. And you were telling us a story about how you failed at purchasing all these companies,
right.
And then figuring out what you needed to really do in order to see this strategic aggregation formula out. What did you have to do?
Well, remember, this is going back to the very origins of strategic aggregation.
Right.
It hadn't even been named or technically invented yet.
Absolutely.
So we owned all these companies, and we thought because we were the owners that we could just tell our people, this is what we want you to do.
Right.
And psychologically, it doesn't work because people want to do what they've always done. They don't want to change.
Right.
They're uncomfortable changing. And
Stuck.
if your model means you have to change other people's behavior patterns, your model will fail. And I proved it. I know that's what happens. But what I learned in that process was not only that we had to create something different that wouldn't change people's behavior patterns, I had to learn how to do that. And the way we did it back in 1969 is we created a new person that never existed before. Today, there's a name for that person. They're actually called a certified financial planner, a CFP.
I know some people that are certified.
Certified financial planners.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're now looking at the guy who was part of the invention of that back in 1969
Awesome.
at an airport in Chicago.
Awesome. You're a pioneer.
Yes, I am.
And it was, well, there was nothing to reference, so I know you were probably like, how do I do it? So it was all innovative.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, you had to innovate.
Yeah.
You had to innovate. But getting back to the specifics,
Yeah.
okay? So remember in my story earlier, we had the life insurance guy, we had the mutual fund guy, we had the real estate guy, all of them, they just wanted to sell their own product. And the fact that they had lots of products to sell and could do this financial plan, if they did a financial plan, it was only to show how much life insurance could be bought.
Right.
Or only to show how much mutual funds could be
Right.
bought. Because they all had an agenda, and they wanted to make it to what they knew and they were comfortable with. And it didn't matter that we cross-trained them, didn't matter that we cross-licensed them, they always went back to doing what they were comfortable with and wanted to do. So we invented this person called the Certified Financial Planner. And the whole idea of that person is that was the person now that we built into the sales force. They were the people that we sent out to call on the client, who then went through the financial planning and then pulled from our various businesses the
Right.
products that were supposed to be right for the client.
Right.
Okay? So until we invented that third person, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
You bought up all the
Right,
products.
Now, just to show you the difference between what that was and strategic aggregation today. Now, there are many differences, but I'll show you the main one. Okay, we have one salesperson who has to bill their clients, but they now have 3 revenue sources. They have 3 products to sell, and they can do a better job for their client. Okay? Compare that to today's model, where we have 20 partners, each with their own client base, all making each other the benefits of their client base, okay, and we're leveraging off of their capital with a business that's already built and already capitalized, already earning money, already successful, already having a reputation, and we don't have to start anything.
Right.
We don't have to educate the prospect to anything. We just have to do a better job for them with people that are already established, so we're leveraging everybody else's capital, everybody else's database, everybody else's everything to give them all more money.
This is smart. This is, you're a genius, actually.